Happy and blessed day, dear friends. Today, Thursday, September 18, 2025. The verse from the liturgy that struck me is taken from the Gospel of Luke 7, 36, 50. At the time, one of the Pharisees invited Jesus to dine with him. He went into the Pharisee's house and reclined at the table. And behold, a woman in the city who was a sinner, when she learned that he was eating in the Pharisee's house, brought an alabaster jar of perfume. Standing behind him at his feet, weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears, and then wiped them with her hair, and kissed them, and anointed them with the perfume. Then he turned to the woman and said to Simon, "Do you see this woman? I entered your house, and you gave me no water for my feet, but she has wet my feet with her tears and wiped them with her hair. You gave me no kiss, but she, from the time I came in, has not stopped kissing my feet. You did not anoint my head with oil. She, however, anointed my feet with perfume. Therefore I tell you, her sins, which were many, have been forgiven, for she loved much. But he who is forgiven little loves little." People who insult others are those who have no other arguments or words when faced with something they cannot understand about the truth. It is never a sin to affirm the truth, but much less a judgment or an incitement to hatred. On the contrary, paradoxically, those who want the truth but do not practice it despise it and hate those who profess it because it is not what they want to hear. But the most serious thing is when one hates the truth and incites hatred towards the person who affirms it. It is not the truth that incites hatred. How could it? How can one do so? I have no idea, and I cannot find a cause other than someone's inability to argue it. And what I see, on the contrary, is the reaction of those who do not accept the truth, cannot tolerate it, incites, even if they never admit it, to hate those who affirm it true. Where truth exists, there is also true love and peace. Where truth is denied, there is, fortunately, hatred and violence. At the core, however, if we want it, there could be mutual respect between the parties, allowing for dialogue despite our difference and opinions, building a friendship. Aren't we people? Aren't we children, mothers, fathers, grandchildren, brothers, human beings? Don't we smile, cry, play, get hungry, think, look, lie, and die together in this world? If you catch a cold, I catch one too. If you stumble on the street, I might too. If you suffer, I'll suffer too. But when we give in to hatred, walls always rise and things become irreconcilable by the will of those who choose to destroy. If, because of my point of view or my fate, a person distances themselves from me, it means they are not my friend. They don't want to be. They don't care. if because of the shameful reasons a person begins to hate me, just of their own free will, not mine, to make me their enemy in their eyes, for reasons they cannot justify or explain. What happened to Christ, who is the way, the truth, and the life, happens to anyone who professes the truth with love, which is one and the same. The truth, accompanied by the charity that welcomes, listens, and teaches, is the most hated thing in our time. Or perhaps it always has been. The thing which unfortunately today falls back on the person who professes it. He who has ears to hear, let him hear. Jesus would probably say. If you can reflect, open your ears, your eyes, and your heart with justice, and even if you have different ideas, respect those who think differently. Educate your children, if it's possible, from an early age to know the truth, to love and respect human life from the very beginning, so that they grow up with a soul rooted in love and never waiting to take another person alive. That in life one can dialogue, be friends, be brothers, even with different opinions. To love and respect even those who don't love and respect us. Christianity is a person to be imitated, embodied. It's a way of life built on the essence of oneself. God bless you greatly. See you soon.